Calvin Shake is a third-generation farmer in the Ohio River Valley.
We just started doing a few chickens. Well, it just kind of grew a little bit.
He keeps chickens, but that's just a start. He also grows corn, soybeans, tobacco, and raises cattle for beef. Farming is a hard road, he says. Calvin doesn't want to talk politics, but clearly wouldn't mind a little more freedom in how he operates.
I'm okay with regulations. They just need to be stable so that it's not putting us in a place where we can't farm.
He and other American farmers, ranchers, and landowners are getting a sign from the White House that regulations may be rolling back. An executive order signed this week targeted Obama-era clean water rules.
It's prohibiting them from being allowed to do what they're supposed to be doing. It's been a disaster.
But environmental groups call it a disaster for efforts to keep water sources clean. They say it shows the Environmental Protection Agency is no longer all about protection. We met Bijaya Shrestha at the Ohio River, acknowledged as this country's most polluted major waterway.
He vows to promote clean water and clean air, but his rhetoric is very different than his actions. So, our lives are at stake. What we pass on to our future generations is at stake.
For the president, it's a campaign promise delivered. For opponents, it's more proof the new administration is no friend to the environment. The executive order won't have much impact in the short run, and the long run could be very long indeed. The rules that the Trump administration would like to replace aren't fully in effect right now. They're on hold because of multiple legal challenges. And any new regulations from a new EPA will almost certainly end up in court as well. It's a battle over what is and isn't a body of water under the Clean Water Act of 1972, and whether the federal government can regulate activities around streams, farm ponds, even wetlands, with water that could eventually drain into navigable waterways like the Ohio. Figuring it all out in the courts could take years. Calvin Shake would just like to see a little common sense applied.
You've got to have regulations to make the world go round.
To a complicated and divisive issue that hits very close to home. Alan Schauffler, Al Jazeera, near Louisville, Kentucky.